Hello everyone and welcome back to A Bit Tactical. Today we're going over all of the Phobos Sergeants, how to use them, all that stuff. Like always, if you want to just have the rules read to you, go to this timestamp. It should be right there. But for the rest of you, let's just go right into the guide. Enough with the preamble. Alright, it's just kind of obvious here, but you're just going to be taking the Reiver Sergeant every single time. He does everything the other sergeants do, except he's a melee specialist, and you don't have many melee specialists, right? Your infiltrators all have cool abilities that you want them to do. Your incursors have, again, a really good ability, ignoring obscuring, and with the Voxbreaker pairing and having Seek Light, those are really powerful things. Your Reivers, though, they do have Terror, but Terror doesn't always come in handy. However, what they are really super good at is being those melee specialists. Having 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4 or 5 damage, pairing really well with Lethal Assaults and Stealth Assault. They are absolutely killers when it comes to melee, and that's kind of what you want them to do. So the Reiver Sergeant, having him play as that role, being able to use both of his abilities, right? You can only use them once. Once they are used, he's just a 13 wound model, and might as well be a 13 wound melee model. So I think that he's the best option 95% of the time. Again, with his free ability, or his ability that allows you to use a firefight ploy for free. You could use Stealth Assault for free, that turning point, get those 2 hits, get a kill, maybe 2 kills, and then keep on keeping on. Like, I think the Reiver Sergeant is the best sergeant. You should probably just go with him. However, there is one case to be made for the Incursor Sergeant. He also ignores Obscurant. He has Saturate. There could be a situation in which he could use Seek Light. If you use special issue ammunition, you could have P1. If you're using the Deadly Shots ploy, you have Balance. So technically, you could craft a monster of a Space Marine there with the Incursor Sergeant, where you have Balanced, so you can reroll 1 dice. Saturate, your opponent gets no cover saves. You have Seek Light due to the Voxbreaker. You ignore Obscuring. And you can have P1 for that turning point. That's 5 special rules on 1 dude. Technically, you could also do that with the Infiltrator, except he won't have the Ignoring Obscuring or the Seek Light. So that's why I only mention it with the Incursor Sergeant. That is the only time that I see a reason for you to do that. To do anything other than the Reiver Sergeant. In either case, until you use both of your abilities, you should really use him as a counterpunch. Keep him near your back line, near your middle line, somewhere around there, in a place that you safe enough from a charge, but then he could really, that if somebody were to come in, you could charge them and punish them for any mistakes that they make on their part. Until you use both of his abilities. Once you use the free reroll, which if you didn't win Initiative and Turning Point 2, you should really try it. That's probably when you want to try to get that initiative, or Turning Point 3, and then using the ploy. If you have the Reiver, Stealth Assault is probably that good ploy that you want to use. Patient Ambush in the first turning point, if you really want to make sure that you have a Saboteur and you want him to use his Plant Explosive at the end, so nobody else can do anything else. That's also not a bad idea. But for the most part, it's probably going to be Lethal Assaults or Stealth Assault and the reroll by Turning Point 2. And then after that, he's just a model that's really good at fighting. And that's what I love the most, is when I've used this person to the maximum of their abilities, and then I can just charge him in there, do crazy stuff, cap points, kill people be out of position, have my opponent start wasting models on them for a model that I've already considered dead in my mind. That's how I like to use the sergeants. Now, on to the rules read to all you wonderful people. For all you that don't need the rules read, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and all that bullcrap. And now for reading rules. Let's start out with the Reiver Sergeant, who has 3 APL, a 7-inch move, a 3-up save, and 13 wounds. This is the same for every single sergeant, so I won't be mentioning it again. However, he does have a bolt carbine, which pairs up with his fist, which has 4 attacks, hits on 3s, 3-4, and accurate 1. His fists are 4 attacks, hits on 3s, 3-4. Pretty standard. However, what you're going to be bringing is the special issue bolt pistol with the combat knight. The special issue bolt pistol has 4 attacks, hits on 3s, 3-4, range 8, piercing 1, pretty good bolt. And the combat knight, which has 5 attacks, hits on 3s, 4-5 damage. You're going to be bringing this every single time. Okay, there's no reason to bring the bolt carbine. It doesn't give enough. This is what you want to do. He also comes with a grav chute and a grapnel launcher, which basically means that when you're climbing, you're going to treat the vertical distance as 2, regardless of how high you go. And whenever the operative is dropping, you ignore the vertical distance. So you go up for 2 inches, no matter what, and you drop for 0 every single time. Really, really good. So I'm actually now going to move on to the next sergeants because they all have the same special abilities. It's just really their weapons that are different. For example, the Incursor Sergeant has an Oculus Bolt Carbine, 4 attacks, hits on 3s, 3-4 damage, except it has Saturate. Saturate, for those who don't know, is that your opponent does not roll any cover saves if they're in cover when you are shooting them. He also comes with Fist, 4 attacks, hits on 3s, 3-4 damage, no special rules are attached, and that's the same for the Infiltrator. He also has Fist with the Bolt weapon. All of them hitting on 3s, 4 attacks, 3-4 damage, except the Infiltrator has lethal 5. So you can probably see why you're going to be taking the Reiver. Next up is their special ability, which is Tactical Advantage, which simply is once per battle, you can do each of the following. You can re-roll your initiative dice, or you can use Patient Ambush for free at any time, or a Firefight Ploy for free, so long as this operative is the active operative when you're doing that. Which is to say that if you are going to be using, for example, Stealth Assault, so long as this operative, your Reiver Sergeant, is the one using Stealth Assault, it'll be done for free. Or you can choose for it to be done for free. Very, very good ploys. All right, guys, for all of those that needed me to read that, you're welcome, okay? And I love you. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and watch all my videos. All right, I'll see you next time.